I'm David Oliver, and if you haven't guessed by now, yeah, I'm related to the professor this morning who's lecturing to you. But I'm pretty close to her, and I've been the recipient of her care. I've been the patient with the terminal disease, cancer, and she's been the caregiver, doing the best she can with this crotchety old guy. Caregiving is really a difficult thing, and I've been an advocate and very open about the need for doctors and nurses and providers and others who have cancer and caregivers themselves, that there are really two patients in this drama, the person who's dying and the caregiver. And I'm convinced it's the caregiver who suffers the most. I mean, after all, in the end, the person with cancer, I'm going to die. But Debbie's going to be left alone. What kind of reward is that after all the stress she's been through? I mean, from the day that she took my keys away from me because of medications and morphines and steroids that I had to take and other medications. So I couldn't drive, so she had to drive me everywhere. And then keeping those medications apart from each other takes great skill. I'm not so sure a PhD even really helps you with that, because there are different colors, and sometimes they're the same color, the same size, or different size. And one has one professional medical name, and one has a local jargon that's used for its name, and it's very hard to tell them apart. And yet you're taking a lot of these medications. I think Debbie can tell you, since she gives me my medications, but I think there's 19 a day. I think in total I'm taking 19 different medications every day at different times of the day. In the morning, at noon, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and when I go to bed. And then, as I'm in hospice now, I'm in the last stages of living, and things change. I mean, it's not like you get this caregiving down pat and then it's over with. It changes. Right now, my feet, for example, I won't show you because I lift them way up. Maybe you can see how swollen they are. I mean, they're just really huge. And the fluid, the gravity, is pulling all that fluid down there. And they tingle, and they're kind of sore. But there they are. And every night I soak them, and Debbie puts lotion on them, and she rubs them down, and it really feels good. It's like getting a massage. Well, that's really what it is. But it takes time, and it takes work. And sometimes I see a tear in her eyes, because she knows there's going to be a time when I'm not there, and it's time for the soaking and the lotion. And so that goes on. I can't swallow very well, and controlling that is difficult. And I walk around, and I don't want to take all this medicine because it makes you want to sleep. And why do you want to sleep your life away? But she's had to convince me that I have to sleep in order to enjoy the quality of life that I do have left. And she's right. I can only manage about 2 hours a day out with my oxygen. Maybe you can see I'm breathing kind of hard because I don't have my oxygen on like she told me to put it on, because I'm still a little vain about this little tube that runs under here. And my walker, she had to find me a walker so I could at least get out and go in restaurants as long as possible. And when we go to places like Ruby Tuesdays, she has to stand in line and get my food for me. And if we take a short walk, I have to use her arm as well as sometimes the walker. So it's a busy schedule that a caregiver keeps. And the hardest of all is hearing her tear up at night at 2 o'clock in the morning. And that's pretty tough on the person who feels responsible. The hardest thing for me is going from independence to dependence. And therefore it's hard on her, because it's hard to control me when I want to be independent but can't be. And so you have that miscommunication, and it doesn't always go right. But our love love for each other has attained a level I don't think could ever be attained by anyone else. And for that, I'm grateful perhaps for the cancer. We've always been close, but I love her very, very much. And I can say that here on camera. And I'd better quit here, because I don't want to cry. But remember, there are 2 patients